School schedules lock millions of families into a very narrow travel window. You want to take the kids to Disney, but you're forced into Thanksgiving week, staring down the barrel of peak prices and suffocating crowds. The appeal is obvious. You pay holiday pricing to experience a rare overlap in seasonal magic, walking down Main Street surrounded by both fall colors and full-blown Christmas parades. But the pristine, empty streets you see in holiday commercials do not exist in late November. The reality on the ground is a 9 or 10 out of 10 on the crowd scale, with shoulder-to-shoulder traffic everywhere you step. When you spend upwards of $10,000 on a family vacation, the math requires a harsh trade-off. You have to exchange spontaneity for rigorous logistical planning. Showing up and figuring it out as you go will result in exhaustion and wasted money. Defensive, structured planners are the ones who actually extract the value from a holiday trip. This graph maps out the physical reality of the parks. Time of day runs along the bottom, and crowd density is on the side. You can see a massive red spike hitting right at midday. To bypass that peak, you have to input effort. That means waking your family up at 6 in the morning to stand at the park gates 45 minutes before they open. That early discipline pays out immediately. You clear the major headliner attractions with 15 to 20-minute waits, while the rest of the crowds are still eating breakfast at their hotel. By 3 in the afternoon, the park is at maximum capacity. Pushing your family to stay through this window guarantees a physical crash that will ruin your evening plans. Protecting your family's energy curve by scheduling a strict 2-hour afternoon break back at the resort is just as vital to your trip success as managing your wallet. Inside the park, the highest logistical hurdle of the week is executing a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. If you want a sit-down meal, the timeline is unyielding. You have to log into the Disney app exactly 60 days before your arrival, at 6 in the morning, fighting thousands of other families for a reservation. This comparison table breaks down the trade-offs. Column A represents the table service path. It costs $65 to $75 per person and forces an immovable, rigid schedule block right into the middle of a chaotic park day. Column B is the quick service alternative. It costs around $20, immediately returns maneuverability to your afternoon, and saves a family of 4 over $200. The cost of that flexibility is purely emotional. You sacrifice the sit-down turkey dinner experience for chicken tenders or a carved sandwich at a counter. This decision dictates the flow of your entire Thursday. You are choosing either the comfort of a traditional meal or the tactical advantage of an open schedule. Zooming out to the total cost, the average family of 4 will drop between $8,000 and $12,000 on a Thanksgiving week vacation. This bar chart deconstructs that total spend. While park tickets and flights are fixed, the bright gold highlighted sections, dining and Genie Plus, are the largest variable areas where families accidentally overspend. Buying the Genie Plus line-skipping system every single day out of sheer panic silently adds $300 to $500 to your bottom line. You can eliminate that cost on certain days by substituting capital with effort. Relying on the morning rope drop discipline we mapped out earlier removes the need to buy your way out of lines. The $4,000 gap between an $8,000 and a $12,000 vacation comes down almost entirely to how tightly you control those two specific variables. This timeline charts the chronological flow of Thanksgiving week. Monday and Tuesday start out manageable in green, but by Thursday and Friday, the red zones indicate peak danger for wait times and congestion. Your first strategy to beat the surge is pulling your kids out of school a few days early. Arriving on Monday lets you experience a highly manageable 6 out of 10 crowd level before the massive holiday crowds descend. If your schedule is locked, deploy the evening crowd drop strategy. Take an afternoon resort break and return to the park around 6 p.m., slipping in exactly as exhausted families with toddlers hit a wall and leave. Your third option requires capital. Purchasing a ticket to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party costs up to $199 per person, but it guarantees low wait times and exclusive park access. Surviving the late week congestion requires choosing one of these 3 defensive strategies and committing to it before your flight takes off. We can synthesize all these inputs into 2 clear, prescriptive paths based on how you prefer to travel. For the budget-conscious optimizer, skip the heavy table service meals, ignore the Christmas party upcharge, and rely exclusively on the 6 a.m. rope drop discipline to beat the crowds. For the time-poor family prioritizing convenience, deploy your budget into Genie Plus and the exclusive Christmas party to literally buy back your vacation hours. Executing either of these paths requires an exact framework. You need to know your costs and schedule before you step foot in Orlando. Running your numbers through pre-calculated itineraries strips the logistical anxiety out of the equation. With a rigorous blueprint in hand, you transform a high-stress, high-cost Thanksgiving investment into the exact family magic you paid for.